Hi, thanks for joining us today. The webinar that you've tuned into is called Employment Search in a New Era. My name is Julie and I'm the one-stop operator of South Central Wisconsin. And this webinar is being brought to you by the Mount Horeb Public Library, the WorkSmart Network, and the American Job Center Network. In the era of COVID-19, as was the case in the Great Recession, there meant that there are lots of changes for employment search. During the Great Recession, which was roughly from 2007 to 2009, most people had not seen a lot of online applications. And so that was a new process for people that were laid off during the Great Recession. The other thing that held true at that time was there weren't a lot of jobs that were available. Although Facebook came out in 2004, communities and liking didn't even start on Facebook until 2010. Smartphone ownership, according to the Pew Research Center's first survey in 2011, was at 35%, and the general population wasn't as savvy with technology. In between the Great Recession and the era of COVID-19, Skype was releasing free video messaging for Windows, Mac, ISO, and Android back in 2013. FaceTime became available on the iPhone 4 in 2010. And in 2019, 96% of all Americans owned a cell phone, 81% owned smartphones, and then 3/4 of the population owns either a desktop or a laptop computer, and about 50% own tablets. In the era of COVID-19, Americans in general are a lot more savvy with technology just because of those advances that we talked about in the last slide. More are using social media platforms than ever before, such as Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. Apps are available, as well as technology being used today for things such as school, work, and even your healthcare appointments. In human resources, video conferencing has been used for many different practices, such as interviewing and onboarding. And in business in general, a lot of our meetings are held over video conferencing. Now, you're probably thinking, why the history lesson? Well, if you're laid off during COVID-19, the landscape has really changed quite a bit. And you're wondering to yourself, like, is there a safety net to assist me with my employment search now that I've been laid off? And the answer is yes. The Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, which is also known as WIOA or WIOA, has the Dislocated Worker Program. That program is available at any job center in the United States, and it's there to assist people with lots of different things. The Dislocated Worker Program can assist you with learning those new ways to interview, not only in person, but over those video conferencing platforms. One of the things that we can do is to show you how to be successful in meetings. Practice using that new technology before critical moments. The last thing you want to do is have an interview on Zoom and not know how to navigate that. Learn how to share your screen, how to present, and how to troubleshoot using video conferencing. And the most widely used platforms at this point are Google Meet, which used to be known as Google Hangout, Teams on Microsoft products, GoToMeeting, Zoom, Cisco has WebEx, then there's BlueJeans, AnyMeeting, and Skype. Other benefits if you sign up for the Dislocated Worker Program are to help you with your resume and cover letter, help you with those tricky interview questions, such as tell me about yourself. The one mistake that I see most people making when they're in their job search and in the interview, if somebody says, tell me about yourself, they give up a lot of personal information, and that's not something you ever want to do. In the tell me about yourself, only talk about your skills and abilities. One of the other things that we can help with in the Dislocated Worker Program to help you with your employment search is it gives you another person who has access to our network of business partners who are hiring at this time. It also has people that are available to help you resource other networks, resources, and things that you might be eligible for that you don't even know about. They're also another person who's not related to you to talk about kind of what you're going through. For many people, it's very stressful at home when they're laid off. And so this gives you another person to connect with that isn't related to you, that can listen and hear your frustrations and offer you some suggestions. If you're wondering how do I get connected to these resources and the Dislocated Worker Program, it's very easy to do. In Dane County, you can call 608-288-2459. If you're in Jefferson or Dodge County, you can call 920-675-4625. Or if you live in Sauk, Columbia, or Marquette counties, you can call 608-355-4808. If you are located in another county, you can call your local American Job Center, which can be found on the Job Center Wisconsin website. I want to thank you for your time today and wish you good luck with your employment search. And again, this webinar was brought to you by the Mount Horrid Public Library, the WorkSmart Network, and the American Job Center Network. Thanks again and take care.